Hi everyone, welcome back to the Reddit drama channel with another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and like the video if you enjoy it. Also, please click the notification bell so you won't miss when another cheating story goes live. These simple clicks mean a lot to our channel, and thank you for your support.
I read her journal and there were suspicious things written which she denied. I met my current girlfriend 4 years ago when we were both teaching English in Vietnam. We lived together there and traveled to tons of countries together. Tons of affection and laughs and planning having a family and getting married. We moved back to the US last year and started a new life together here in Arizona. The transition came with tons of turbulence as we didn't quite agree or communicate well on where to go or what to do next. I kept offering ideas and she didn't participate much but just shot down most of my ideas and didn't help. We have both been working hard this last year and trying to get our businesses set up. It hasn't been as fun or exciting as it was when we lived abroad and there have been some arguments but definitely hasn't been bad or unhealthy. Anyway, I read a journal of hers about a month ago and found out that she has had some sort of relationship with a hotshot real estate guy who we both know and see on hikes we attend every weekend. I grilled her for details and never really got the truth out of her. She claims it was just flirty messages back and forth and was quite fizzled out by the time I discovered the whole thing. After more investigating and persistence, I discovered that she and he had been sending each other nudes and having sexual conversations a few times but nothing physical happened. I believe that nothing physical happened because her journal said several things about holding out and not giving in, so I feel confident that she didn't allow for that to happen but still crossed several other boundaries. So, I lost my shit and told her we are done, and she has been falling apart and telling me it was the worst mistake of her life and didn't really mean anything. She got caught up in all of the attention she was getting from this guy, which she said she felt was missing for a while. She has been telling me she will do anything and everything to gain my trust back, and it was the worst mistake ever. We are going to a couples therapist and she is taking the blame. Before she was blaming some of my behavior, and admitting it was a huge mistake and an error. She is also letting me talk about it as much as I want and ask questions in order to gain clarity. I just feel confused about this situation and mix of hurt/betrayed/disrespected, but also I miss her and the way the relationship was. I know people do get through these kinds of things, but I imagine it comes with a lot of issues and resentment and a long time. I do love her and sense that she feels it was a fuck up, but my heart and mind are all over the place. If anyone can give me their honest opinion on how to move forward, it would be greatly appreciated. Here is the second story. Cheating ex-girlfriend sent an email after 1 year of no contact. Long story short. We had a relationship for more or less a year. A great year. She broke up with me, came back 2 days later. Another great 2 weeks. Then she cheated on me with 2 guys. A guy from her work, which I challenged her on, and an ex whom I found about some time after through a friend of hers. She doesn't know I know about this. No contact was done properly. Self-improvement, gym, friends, dating, etc. Almost a year later she emailed me as follows: cause I blocked her on all social media. It's been a while. I'm sorry to just come out of nowhere, but I have been meaning to speak to you for a while about how we left things. You probably hate me and that's fair, but I feel as though you deserve some sort of proper explanation and apology. I was in your town recently and was going to drop by as I wanted to do this in person, but your new company was round. Therefore I will keep this short. This is not a ploy to get back with you or making excuses or anything like that. I just wanted to clear the air for your sanity and closure as well as mine. I feel so guilty about how we left things and regret that I didn't get the chance to tell you the truth. I honestly did love you. Again, not making excuses, but I was working so much, drowning in college work, and after you told me about the fiancé thing I did lose some trust. And I know I should have spoken to you about it at the time, but I find it really hard to express my emotions and it all just became a bit overwhelming. And just so you know, I never slept with him while we were together. I know you may not believe me, but what have I got to lose? I'm doing it this way, not that I'm a coward, but that I don't want to disturb anything you have going on just now because you deserve to be happy. Delete this and forget I sent it. I just needed you to know. All the best. P.S. What is it with exes emailing you? Haha. I had a girl over, so she must have been outside my house and seen. Never thought she was capable of behavior like this, so you would be surprised. So they do reach out eventually. And when they do, it's actually more of an inconvenience. I'm in a good place now, and it's only when you properly let go and do the self-improvement they do come back. If you were a good partner, and I was way too good to her, I won't be responding. What do you think she is trying to achieve here? She is still lying, so it's not clear to her conscience. Anyone else been successful with no contact? Always curious to hear other views. Thanks. Here is the third story. Our relationship first began as a friendship and then we became flatmates, and then I recently confessed that about 4 months ago I had feelings for her and she said she felt the same, and we began our relationship whilst living together. Over the course of our relationship she's told me I'm the love of her life and her soulmate, and I really thought it was going great, and we were talking about traveling together and then moving in together after uni. Fast forward to this situation, so this began on Saturday night when she kissed a random guy at a party twice. We spent the next day together, me unaware of what happened and her also, until someone else at the party messaged her in the evening telling her what went on, which I automatically noticed a shift in her mood. I then prodded asking what was going on until she eventually told me what happened, although she had no recollection of it due to alcohol and drug use, which doesn't surprise me with her. I left the apartment as soon as she told me without speaking to her to collect my thoughts, and came back and just went to sleep next to her. The next morning we had a conversation that we should break up and that I needed space to sort my head out and decide what I want to do with the relationship. My GF was absolutely distraught and cried all night and day. She actually self-harmed and told me she would never drink or use drugs again. And I know that if drugs weren't in the mix she would never have done anything like this, as she's infatuated with me and I've never felt more loved and cared for than I have with her. I'm really unsure if I can move past it. She has said she'd wait however long for me to figure out what I want to do, and that she's getting counseling to try and help her sort her life out, as she's currently struggling with her mental health. Any advice on whether I would be silly to forgive or if that's a reasonable reaction, as she's showing me she's willing to grow and make sure this doesn't happen again. Here is the fourth story. She was the one who told me. We were dating for 3 years when she told me she was cheating on me with other guys for the last 2 years and wanted to come clean about it, to restart our relationship. I was on medication for depression already, but that didn't help. My world collapsed. I broke up with her. I have a bad time trusting people because of my past, and I truly trusted her. Even when my friends advised me to be careful, I really thought I was the luckiest guy on earth. She wouldn't stop messaging me, showed up to my house, and talked to my grandparents. After some time I began to think that she was remorseful and all was just a mistake, that I needed to give her a second chance. Somehow I felt that it was my fault, and kept making excuses. Years of horror for me. I still cry every day still, I can't trust her, I feel embarrassed every time I'm with her friends. And on top of that she recently told me that she didn't use protection. I keep breaking up with her, but somehow I go back. I just feel disgusted and ashamed. I really want to think that the innocent and sweet girl I first met and fell in love with is still there. I have such a bad past that, despite everything, she was the person who treated me better. I hate her as much as I love her, and feel a piece of SH because of it. I'm breaking down. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.